going to Costco today. Are you excited?
To shop?
To shop till we drop? I like Costco. Hopefully I'll have some time to roam the aisles a little bit.
You will.
And see what we can find. Okay, now we are in the parking lot for Costco.
It's busy here.
It's always busy on a Saturday.
Everyone has to go to big box stores to
Well, why not? Just like us.
To afford anything. Like literally. There's no such thing as mom and pop anymore.
I'm excited.
What could I use that for?
Towel warmer.
48 volt. Just kidding.
$54.99.
That's all your eyes lit up.
Necessary? Not sure. It all fits. We made it fit.
So I have discovered that we have had leaking water come into the lazarette. And so I figured out the problem is originated from this hatch here. You can see someone's repair job in the past. Teak on top. And I guess at some point the wood underneath rotted, and so they've cut into it and either added 1 or 2 strips here and just epoxied it together, clearly not beautifully so. And what's happening is that there's some gaps between the wood and the caulk here, and it's allowed water to get in and drip down, and it had already rotted out. This section is a section of floor that sits here, and that has to be replaced as well. That's what I was going to work on. And get this all sealed up before we head out. But now I'm going to strip out all the caulk out of this thing and take it away and sand all of the back of this and then reseal this with a few layers of epoxy. Just need to try and effect a better seal here.
So what's going on over here, Jeff? What are you working on?
Applying a second coat of epoxy to this to seal it up.
And these will be our new shelves in the cockpit lazarette. We got some marine plywood.
The floor.
Yeah, the floor. We got some marine plywood from the hardware store. And now these are on their second coat, or third coat, is it?
Second coat.
Second coat, okay. Jeff did the first coat this morning and has been coming back to check if it's still tacky or dry yet. I think we're just going to leave them like this. We're not going to paint these ones, are we?
No, we're leaving them.
Okay. We have another one over here. This one is for our anchor chain locker. That's where our propane tank also sits, and we're going to be painting this one white. Jeff used a jigsaw to cut out all of these indents and holes for circulation and everything. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Isn't it? Well, when you have the right tools, it's pretty easy to get stuff done.
Okay, so I've run into a few interesting situations while removing the caulk out of here. For one thing, some of the grooves are original. Like this is a good example here. I'm gonna dig this out a little bit for you guys. What I mean by original is the depth of that is somewhat original. The astute will notice that there is fiberglass resin in here. See these spots right here and this spot here. So you're running your tool along to cut this out and it's hitting this and causing your tool to jump and scratch. So there are some locations, of course I don't know where the epoxy is going to be, where this is a little bit shallow, but that's, you know, not something you want to be doing. And some other issues here. So that's the first issue. It's the first time using this tool. I'm not sure, this tool was on board. I'm not sure how sharp this is supposed to be. I gather that it's supposed to be sharper than it is though. So you combine that with hitting the epoxy and it goes fairly interesting. This panel, like I showed earlier, has been repaired. And so some of the areas are quite shallow actually. These areas here are a lot more shallow. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm just focusing on getting all this out of here as best I can.
Here's the work that Jeff has done so far, taking everything out. Used a router in here as well. And the router was able to get clean one side of each of the grooves, but the other side of the grooves, in some of them, like right in there, all that black, we need to get it out so that we can properly seal it and caulk it. So since we don't have an actual attachment or sander that will fit into these grooves, we get to do it all by hand. This may not be the best method, but it will do the job for what we need it to do. Come and inspect my handiwork, Captain. What do you think, pray tell?
Pray tell.
I'm nervous to hear what you have to say. Oh, wow, it took you half a second and you've already found more
No, I'm
things.
just checking stuff out here.
Okay. Cheap labor, that's what it gets you.
Did you sand?
Yeah, well, I thought I sanded.
First time doing it for me too.
Yep. What would you rate me on a scale of 1 to 10?
Amazing.
You're finding more.
I'm trying to get, there's like a lip of it. There we go.
Everything looks good. It's prepared for the new caulking to go in there. The next step is to use some acetone, clean it out really good. Then I'm going to use some blue painter's tape and tape along the lines. I used my shop towel to attempt to clean in the grooves. The shop towel didn't last very well. It didn't hold up. So now what I have, instead of a clean hatch to be taping up, I have a hatch that is completely filled with little particles of my shop towel. Now I have to go along the edges and tape each one of these. I have one side done. Not perfect, but that's okay.
There she goes.
The final stage. Now wipe the edge. So it's been about 45 minutes, and they say to leave it on to cure for a little bit, for about 40 minutes or so, and then peel back the tape very slowly. It's not going to be completely hard, but we will try the first one and see what happens. Oh, yeah, that's pretty satisfying. Look at that nice line there.
Looking good.
All the prep work
Yeah.
coming through for us right now. Don't you love it when you try your best and try to complete a project, and then you run out of the caulking when you have 1.5 lines left to complete? Oh well, this will have to cure and we'll have to finish it up tomorrow. Made it to the shop and I have set myself up a little area here. Caulking gun, we bought a new scraper, and the TEAK-Y decking systems caulking. Now the only thing I have left to do is find a way to cut open the end of this tube. No idea what to use, so Jeff said, oh, look at these big scissors, I think they'll work. In relation to my hand, these are huge, so let's see how that goes. Oh god. Okay, I'm doing it at an angle. Hopefully you can see. Seemed to have worked. I used this pointy end on the back of the caulking gun. Stuck it in there. It worked. I'm not bleeding. At least I don't think I am. So, okay, here we go. Okay, a finish. Last step. Here's the satisfying part of this job. We're on a charter catamaran cruise today.
I guess you
Cheers!
can see already if you're, I know what my total. I know my total. That's
We made it to our first island! Woo! What did you just say, honey?
I said if we're not on our own boat, it seems weird to say that.
No, it's okay! It doesn't matter! First island! Woo! We're getting pizza! Hello! Good, how are you?
Thank you. You too. Careful, honey. Watch your feet.
Keep it over to the boat!
Why so much?